Good morning. It's great to see everybody out there, especially all those 20-year-olds. Many of you may know I also teach at the university various classes. So this is a little different for me, standing behind a podium like this, because when I'm teaching, I like to mingle among the students. So now I can appreciate how my minister must feel on Sunday mornings, looking out at his audience. The pews in the front are all empty, and the ones at the back are all full, and just hoping that the ones in the back are not nodding off. So I know that's not going to happen this morning. Well, it's great to spend some time with everyone this morning and this afternoon with your other colleagues. Before I get into talking about the next steps around our organizational design and renewal within our division, I do want to share one of the success stories that we've had within the division over the last couple of months, one that really does demonstrate our core values, particularly around being one team. Now, a couple of the executive directors for the HR service teams have heard this little story before, but I wanted to share it with each of you so that you could really see and appreciate our core values in action. So as a result of some retirements, leaves of absence, transfers, one of our HR service teams, the one being led by Shelley Schiller, all of a sudden found themselves with 6 vacancies. HR consultants, team leads, managers, and I think as you can appreciate, 6 out of about 24, 25 positions, that's a quarter of your staff. And you're beginning to wonder, how are we going to make it through the next week or the next month? So with that, we really put out a call for help and said, is there anyone else that can offer some assistance here for a period of time to get us through until we're able to move to permanent staffing in some of these positions? So we put out the call, and thank you very much to Team Lorianne and Team Brent, who put up their hand and said, hey, we can help you out, what do you need? And with that, they provided some staff. So we moved some staff temporarily from Lorianne's team and Brent's team over to Shelley Schiller's team. Huge thank you to both of them. But what we were able to do was provide developmental opportunities for some staff on Shelley's team as they moved into some acting roles, but also for staff on some other teams as well, to be exposed to different clients, different client groups, and different colleagues, and work with them in a different way. So we were able to expose them to some developmental opportunities, but in addition, it really showed our values around being one team, coming together in a very flexible, nimble way to meet the needs of our client and to take the pressure and the demands off of our colleagues. So thank you very much to those that helped out. It was tremendous, and we still have a couple of folks in an acting position. However, it's been a tremendous demonstration of our corporate values, so thank you very much for that. So by way of an update, I'm going to share with you some of the key activities that we have planned for 4 months, starting actually with the establishment of a design team to do our organizational renewal in the division. As Cheryl had mentioned in her opening remarks, our design team will be interdisciplinary and cross-divisional. It is going to include individuals with a broad range of experience as well as expertise. And our intention is to create a design team that has representation from our HR service teams, from our central operations, but in addition from labor relations and from the Employee Service Center. Now, this does not mean that we are moving to embed labor relations or functions of the Employee Service Center into our HR service teams. What it does mean, though, is we want to bring a broad range of perspectives and experience to the discussion of our division and our renewal efforts. It's intended to further the communication, further the understanding across the public service of the roles, the responsibilities, and the expectations across our divisions. So to work with the team, we really do need to clarify and understand the responsibilities of each other. So let me use a football analogy. So the quarterback, the running back, and the offensive line may train separately from time to time to develop specialization in respective positions. They train as one team. And from time to time, this is absolutely essential. It's essential that what we're doing, so that when we come together as a design team, we're training as one team. services to our clients. To do that effectively, we need the input from each of our teammates. So who's actually going to be on the design team is yet to be finalized. Scott, Ray, and I have been having some conversations, and we're going to have that finalized in the next few days. Now, the months of June and July certainly will be busy months, as many months are. One of the first things that we're going to get underway is the staffing of some of our critical vacant positions. I really thank everyone who has demonstrated leadership in holding some positions vacant until this time, so that we could take a look at where our greatest needs were and potentially realign some positions. So we are now in a position where we can start moving forward on some critical vacancies, so we will be getting that underway shortly. To ensure that we continue to meet our client needs, we will be meeting with clients to discuss service expectations and needs. We're going to be meeting with senior leaders and middle managers and select ministries to discuss what their current and future priorities are, where they see that PSC can and does add value. And when we meet with our clients, once again, we're going to take a one-team approach. So where other areas of the Public Service Commission are also engaging with clients through the renewal efforts, we're going to schedule one meeting with the client and have multiple PSC representatives present. In addition, to ensure that we have alignment across the Public Service Commission, we'll be meeting with colleagues from other divisions. So Ray, Scott, and I already have some time arranged to discuss some of the common areas of concern that we have, areas that are impacting on service delivery to our clients, and it's impacting on our overall effectiveness, in addition to discuss ways in which we can improve. Now, using the information from our client consultations, the internal discussions, as well as what our public service renewal priorities are, the priorities through the Public Service Commission, operational strategic plans that Ron referenced. From that, we'll define what our primary responsibilities are for the division. And this is going to help us answer questions such as, what do people rely on us for? Where do we add value? Where do we contribute to, but we may not have the primary accountability for certain functions? So based on those core responsibilities of the division, and using recommendations that are coming from the various program reviews and the core and non-core analysis that's underway, we can then define the service lines to be offered consistently across our HRSTs. Many of you have heard from our clients about the inconsistency that exists, so we do need to address that. And then using the same approach, we'll define the programs and services that need to be provided corporately. Now, during June and July as well, we need to finalize actions around our core and non-core priority areas. Cheryl talked about the organizational effectiveness and health and wellness work. Both of those are going to inform our work to clarify primary responsibilities and functions. In addition, the review around the services to agencies, boards, and commissions is also going to be critical. We have HR service teams providing services to these agencies, and we need to bring clarity to that. Our division has primary responsibility for a number of the key actions within the 14-15 operational plan. So work is already underway to finalize what is required to fulfill those key actions during the remainder of the fiscal year, and then also start cascading those actions into our unit and our individual plans. Within public service renewal, there's a number of actions there that we also have accountability for. So work is already underway in many of those areas, and over the next few weeks, we need to consider what remains outstanding for the rest of the fiscal year and what key actions are required to fulfill that. Now, in addition, we have a lot of great work that is underway or will soon be underway in other areas. So, for example, we are already undertaking work around the Government of Saskatchewan Disability Strategy. We are right now assisting Central Services with information gathering around an evaluation of ITO. So there will be further work coming out of both of those initiatives over the next couple of months. So that's going to set us up well as we move into August to be able to finalize our divisional functions and services, determine the appropriate balance between our HR generalist and our HR specialist roles, and as well prepare a draft of the organizational structure for the division. Because our goal is to have the organizational structure, roles, responsibilities, and our resource allocation concluded by the end of September. So it does sound like a fairly aggressive agenda, but I know we're all up for the challenge. And our work is going to be guided by the design criteria and the design that we set out earlier for our Public Service Commission renewal, as well as our corporate values. So yes, while the next few months may be busy, it's important work. And for me, your involvement and your engagement is going to be critical, and it's going to be necessary in being successful in this. So thank you very much. I look forward to spending the rest of the day with you.